Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey guys, 3D Crypto here. Hope everyone's doing well. And guys, I've got a very important announcement to make. It regards to the Drip community and the partnership it's having with the City of Atlantis. So the City of Atlantis is a metaverse project, and it is going to be using Drip as its official reserve currency, which is amazing news, huge news. And it's going to be providing the reserve currency and hyper compounding the faucet technology for the Atlantis ecosystem. So let me just go through quickly. So MOBI Automation, SIDEKICK Finance, and Drip are partnering to launch the City of Atlantis Metaverse project on the Binance Smart Chain. The City of Atlantis project is a multi-year, multi-million-dollar city of industry that will drive a new era of black entertainment and commerce. Atlantis will build its economy from an ecosystem of reward generating NFTs, as well as high yield deposit accounts, advanced crypto annuities, and more. The project is led by a team of experienced indie entertainment executives and Web3 developers with backgrounds in various DeFi and NFT projects. The Atlantis team is looking to roll out its black paper, aka the white paper, and its first dApps, Atlantis tokenized assets, in about 6 weeks from now. So this has been in the works for a while, and having Drip as a reserve currency is very bullish. It's very bullish for Drip and very bullish for the Atlantis metaverse ecosystem as well. So basically, the NFT and DeFi integrated projects launching on Binance Smart Chain will have project utility and use case. So it's looking to power a new workforce of economy for Black Americans and Nigerians who are currently in the midst of an economic crisis. It's providing dream careers for all in the most exciting industries, including entertainment, tokenization of digital entertainment assets, and the creation of a universal streaming publishing royalty. Onboarding and merchandising established businesses, black businesses on the blockchain, and creating a practical pathway for sustainability and generational wealth. So I'm going to basically let you know where you can find out more information. The best place is to go to the City of Atlantis /Drip Telegram. I will leave all the links down below. We are in kind of the early stages at the moment. The only thing happening is the black paper is getting ready. And at the moment, the Atlantis tokenized lands are being sold. So the release strategy is there's 100 acres per release. 1,000 of those 2,560 acres are available for sale, and it quadruples the cost per acre per release. So the first batch was the private sale. That's already completed. The price per acre was $2,560, and it raised around about $250,000 from that first batch of private sales. The second batch is on sale now, and it's looking to raise $880,000. We're about halfway through the second batch, and this is going to scale upwards till we get onto the 10th batch, where each acre is going to cost $576 million. But we're a long while away from that. I think the next, once the second batch sells out, the third batch is going to be a really bullish time, because each acre is going to be priced at $35,200, and the total revenue generated from that third batch is going to be $3.5 million. So obviously the lead dev Forex for Drip and for the animal farm, he spoke about the partnership. He spoke about the use case of the Drip as a reserve currency. So I'm going to basically start off the video now. I'm going to put that clip in before of Forex talking about the City of Atlantis project and the Metaverse project. And after that, I'm going to put in the AMA. The AMA, it's a long AMA. It's over an hour long. And it will answer all your questions in regards to the City of Atlantis. And if you're interested, guys, come to the Telegram and say, hey, I want to buy an acre from the second batch. And someone will pick up on that, and they will give you all the information how you can go ahead and buy into the metaverse before it launches publicly. But yeah, I'm going to first put a clip in of Forex talking about this partnership. It's got very bullish things in it. He talks about kind of the artists Atlantis is working with. So I will let Forex talk about that. And then once the Forex segment ends, I'll insert the AMA the City of Atlantis team had with the public, and basically any questions and answers you might have, they're most likely going to be answered in the AMA. If they're not answered in the AMA, then come on over to the City of Atlantis Telegram. I will leave the link down below. And once you join that chat, there's lots of people there willing and eager to help out and explain the metaverse and how the drip is going to be used as a reserve currency. So anything that uses and locks up drip and makes the drip price increase, it's a bullish project. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my part of the video now. I'm going to let Forex take over, and then once Forex is done speaking, it will go straight over to the AMA.
One of our partners that we're working with has he runs a licensing and a management company that he manages the estate for Dick Gregory, which is he's a famous comedian that died in 2017. He handles the licensing for a ton of different artists, comedians, athletes, and specifically black athletes. This is where his main focus is, or black artists, athletes, celebrities, essentially. And he handles their licensing deals. And he's working on an NFT platform right now, which will be built on top of Drip. So when people buy these NFTs, they're buying it with BNB and BUSD. That BNB and BUSD then goes into buying Drip and staking it in the Drip faucet. Now, a percentage of that capital that is earned in the Drip faucet is now distributed to those NFT holders. So it not only is going to have major celebrity backing, it also has utility in the Drip network and creates additional demand and additional locking up of the Drip token. This is something that is right around the corner that we've put a lot of work into and we're extremely excited about. And right now, there's about a dozen high tier, A-list celebrities that already have their licensing deals worked out for these NFTs. The whole suite of utility that you can get from NFTs, that's going to be built on top of the Drip network. The only reason why you haven't seen me making a ton of posts about this yet is because I want them to get a little bit more mature before I start heavily exposing the Drip community to them and to their platform. But I know the owner. I know the owner fairly well, and I know some of the devs involved. They're high quality devs. I know the owner. I know that he does have these licensing deals with all of these celebrities. I know that he's a major investor in Drip and he's a major believer in Drip. So it's really just a matter of time. But timing is everything. So I'm waiting until they've gotten all their ducks in line to really make all of that public. But when it does become public, it's going to be one of the biggest things to hit Binance Smart Chain from a NFT celebrity perspective. And it's built on top of Drip, right? Which is amazing.
Welcome to the Whales Lounge. This is, as you guys are coming in, this is going to be like a real AMA. That means just get to asking questions. I'm not going to do like a big, this is like a more of a kickback. I'm sure if you've invested money, you've read through a lot of what's in the pinned posts. You've been seeing what I've been putting out. I've been telling a pretty good amount of the story through the posts that I've been putting out. But we'll just kind of, I'm here for questions, and I'm going to take my time answering them. I'm going to try to be sharp at answering the questions, but I'm going to think about them a little bit because we are, just to make sure I give you the proper answer, because we are literally we're throat deep in everything right now. And so, but this is like a really, really great time to introduce this project to an initial group of investors especially within the drip community. Like I said, Forex has just done a fucking amazing job at building this project, and I um I was skeptical coming in. I put my money in, but my hand was rattling because I just came out of a war with bankroll, so I had a shaky. My hand was shaky when I when I hit the submit, but I did go in and I stayed quiet about it, and I quietly, me and him, we stayed talking on the back channels, and I just, and he was doing everything that you're supposed to do when you're building an actual product like he's building. He's doing the right things. He's building it honorably. And the only way that I knew that there was going to be, I was going to be able to launch this project is if, because I know I needed a reserve currency. I was going to use Banker X for that. But in order for, us to launch this project, I knew it had to be sitting on top of something that had honor in every line of code. It had to, or it wasn't going to work. And I've been in it since 2017, so I've seen it all. I've been lost, man. I got my hat handed to me a couple times, but you got to be a goddamn warrior to be in DeFi. You have to be, oh man, you got to be brave, strong, take a licking, get back up, dust yourself off. But once you learn it, and understand the real power in the technology, shit, the things that we could do if we just do the right thing. So that's what, my culture, we have a real big issue. And if you've seen the MOBI automation commercial, like the brother said in the beginning, we're running out of time. And between the decrease of the dollar and this automation kicking in, there's going to be a lot of pain in the financial sector. And it's not even just black people, it's just everybody worldwide is in a big issue. This is not really a racial thing. This is just a humanities thing, and I'm black, so I'm trying to build some shit for black people first. Because I'm black. What else I'm gonna do? That's the only shit I really know. I spent 25 years in black entertainment, you know, advising entertainers in the comedy space. I mean, I've been all over the place in independent entertainment. Made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, made a lot of friends, got a lot of connections, but we're all still suffering this. We all have some issues in the culture that we've been trying to, bang on the government's door to help us with, and they don't have no answers for us. And if we just look at recorded history from the 1960s to now, they've always said no, maybe, let's try later. We've never got, with these things that we've been looking for, reparations and all these equal rights and all these things. And we've just come to a place now that obviously we're not getting nothing. If Barack Obama can go in and out of that White House and black people still don't feel nothing, we feel like we got anything, I don't think anything's going to happen. And so what the blockchain allows us to do is take the matters in our own hands and really build new worlds with it, new economies. The first thing that when I first start studying Bitcoin, I had I was first introduced to Bitcoin in 2013. I have an office. I had an office in the tech center in Buckhead, and I was next door to we were down. We weren't even we were on the floor under them. We were in the same building as BitPay, and one of my partners is on the call now. DC, he was there, and they were telling us about Bitcoin, and you would think that it was so alien back then. I didn't know it was what they was telling me I needed to do in order to get it, and the servers and all that shit. That would just seem it would seem like the craziest thing in the world, and it didn't even seem like it was gonna work. I at that time, just like anybody first hearing it back then, it just sounded crazy. I bump into some of my buddies some few years later who put the money up and went in, and these guys are made multi-million dollars from it, and they're showing me. They're not just telling me; they're showing me. And I'm like, holy shit. That's when I took it serious. This was 2017. And I was like, there's no way in hell that I'm not going to get involved if you can make that kind of money, that kind of ROI out of it. I need to understand how this technology works. And the first video that I watched, one little line in there that got me. It said, you can build new economies with this technology. And that's all my heart needed to hear. And I just studied my ass off. I worked every day for the last 5 years to blueprint this project out. And I was reading white papers on NFTs before anybody knew what that was. Man, I sound like an alien to my friends for many years. I've been, oh yeah, there's some of my friends popping in now. But yeah, I've been sound like an alien for many years. But this technology allows us to do the things that we dreamed of, and I believe in it. I'm staking it all in there. I spent almost 800,000 this year fucking around trying to build this thing. I'm putting in the time and the money. And anybody on the team can tell you, like, we go to work every single day. This is all we do. We wake up every day to build this. And we're not, we're not bullshitting at all. We're taking it dead serious. This is not a game. This isn't like, we're dead serious. We're dead serious. And but like I said in the post, you guys did an amazing job. Everybody did, like I said, whales and minnows alike, by investing and building drip to the point to where it's now. And you guys, and we built a really decent coin. But in order for us to keep that, to make the dream come alive with this token and this technology that's been produced, we have to build an economy on top of it. There's no other way around it. Meaning, drip will not be sustainable if it's only, based off of user deposits. And there can't be, and even though other projects are really great to plug into this, like a bet theory, that's an amazing deal, and I think it'll be very valuable for that to plug into the ecosystem. But bet theory also has their own token. We need something with why the City of Atlantus is most important to a drip investor is because drip is the reserve currency of the entire project. It's the reserve currency of the ecosystem. We don't just build the Atlantis metaverse off of drip. We build other metaverses. That's what ADA as a bank is doing, and City of Atlantis, and MOBI Automation. The City of Atlantis is our first real project of MOBI. And we're hiring a whole team of people, teams and sub teams that are just focused on the City of Atlantis project. But we have a bunch of other things that we're working on that we're also using drip for the reserve currency for. ADA is also using drip for a reserve currency, not just current. So ADA is really focused on global business, everything outside of entertainment that could be powered by this reserve currency. And I have a line of suits, professionals, high level connections, real go-getters, West Point graduates, that are ready to go out and close deals. They're just ready for me to say go. All we got to do is build the system. And we go out and start really slinging deals. We got a couple of big ones on the table now, right close to $40 million worth of deals on the ADA side that we're thinking about, that we're working on bringing into drip. And then on the entertainment side, which is current, the DeFi, media bank, this is focusing on building the entertainment industry. That's if you're interested in the entertainment industry and you want to help build, a new economy for independent entertainers and also Black businesses, because we're going to begin tokenizing products and services, then you get involved with Current. But Current is really heavy on entertainment and branded entertainment. That's where the brands come in at. And ADA is pretty much everything else. And so I'm trying to touch on a few things. But so again, the project is very valuable to the ecosystem because we need something that really focuses on getting that supply down. And in order for us to get that supply down, we need to have more buy pressure, obviously, than sell pressure. The only way that we get that is attaching an economy on top of it that flywheels more than just user deposits. It's really money coming into the drip ecosystem from the selling of products and services all the way across the board. And so we are literally, you guys, all that are buying land are literally a part of building a city that people will will take care of their families by connecting to it, just to keep it simple. And not only that, I'm positioning and I'm really building this project to where the city of Atlantis, the one just 1 acre is super valuable, and we're really trying to create one of the top 10 most valuable NFTs in crypto. That's what the city of Atlantis I'm banking on here, and these are generational wealth assets, meaning you're passing these over to your grandchildren, your great grandchildren. I'm skipping over your regular children. It should be a no brainer to give this to them. But we need to create something. If we build this city, we build something that we can give to great grandchildren. And that's what this technology is promising us. Passive income, because we're going to need it, because there's not going to be no fucking jobs. So we should be showing as many people as possible how to put their money in on crypto now for what the world's going to look like 5 to 8 years from now. So we need that. And then generational wealth asset, biggest buzzwords of the day. But everybody's talking about generational wealth, but nobody can tell you how you actually can build it. And get it. This project does that. Everything we create, from the music, from the art bonds, production bonds, generational wealth assets, and the NFTs, the lands that you buy. All of our NFTs, long story short, are generational wealth assets. And so we're, building a project that is pivotal, I believe, to BSC. I think there's 3 coins that should be at the top of you guys' list for, putting in your pockets. It's the Atlantis, any Atlantis related token, that drip token, and SK. And SK is also a very valuable piece, SIDEKICK finance, in the equation. I've watched the work that Kaz and Hitsu been doing since been over about a year now or so. I've been close to watching how honorable they are about what they're building. And Kaz is really created. He's Professor Chrono. She's a part of the project. She's the one who's founded the actual ERC 31337 technology. She's the developer of it, and Kaz took it and he enterprised it. And he just needs support. He needs the right projects to come on and make that motherfucker work, really make what he built boom. And he has so much more value, just like Forex Shark. Between SK, Forex Shark, SIDEKICK, and Drip, and the City of Atlantis, all hell should be breaking loose on BSC. Like, we really build a Titan project. And there's nothing about this that doesn't say it's billions of dollars in this project. There's nothing in this project that doesn't say that it's going to push Drip into the top coins in the game. And all everybody needs to do, the beautiful thing about these partnerships is if everybody just do what their plans are, it works out, because we've all built plans to work and benefit for all 3 of us: Drip, SIDEKICK Finance, and the City of Atlantis. Just the general trajectory of what we're trying to build works for everybody if we just come together. And you can call me a peacekeeper, because I did bring Forex Shark and Kaz back together, if you guys know their history. But they both see that if we all work together, we can go down in history. So this is a legacy move. You hear everybody talking about it, but if you can hear my voice and you know when somebody's bullshitting you, I'm not bullshitting. And so this is the one that I asked all the leaders on the DAO, people who are believing, these early ones. I asked you guys to have diamond bodies. We're building a big boy here. If you're interested in mooning by Valentine's Day and buying your sweet thing, something special get out of here. I'll give you a refund of your money. But if you're here to build an economy, some shit that we go down in history behind, just stay along the ride. Just come on, ride with me. Ride with us. Help us build it. The Wells line, we're showing you the process. We'll be introducing every little piece, like the things that make sense. We're showing you here. Look at what we're doing. Letting you guys pick some colors on some things. Keep it fun. I don't mind showing a lot of our project. I'm a little different than other developers because you can't compete with us. We're too authentic. You don't have my connections. You don't have my team. Yeah, you can build something like it, and I hope you do. I hope other people see this and they begin to build too, because there's enough room for hundreds and thousands of these types of companies. We're building it for a specific purpose. And the biggest use case of our project is jobs. More than anything else, what you guys are going to see from investing in this project are people becoming hired. There's jobs. If you're not building a project that's building jobs, if you're a Web3 project and you're asking for a lot of people's money and there's not jobs on the other side of that, you're bullshit. I'm not putting my money in. 9 times out of 10, you got a bullshit project. Because it's not about how much money that you have, it's how many people can you employ. In America, we've got a little filled up with this money shit. We think money's important. It's not. There's a bunch of fucking fools with money. But who's actually taking their money and doing the most amazing things like providing security, providing, food and security and pathways for people to walk through where they can see, they can have at least an opportunity to make money from their passion. We're building that kind of world. So at this point, I'll take some questions. I think I've talked enough. I'll open up the floor.
Yeah, Olo, list those 3 coins again. You said SK, the Atlantis coin,
SIDEKICK Finance.
SK, yeah.
Yeah, and then Drip, obviously.
Drip. Got it. And then Atlantis. Okay, Atlantis.
Yeah,
Okay.
because every little business that we do, those coins, get purchased. There's something going on with those, and SIDEKICK is such a good buy because it's in the pennies right now, and we're gonna 100x that coin, no doubt about it. This project is gonna 100x SIDEKICK. So go ahead. Anybody got any questions? Or Foley. Oh, Foley, I see you there. TJ, what's going on? Tune next. Who else I see in here? Awful. Shola. Raf.
Hey, Olo, can you explain a little bit more? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more the components of the City of Atlantis?
Robot Party. How's it going?
Yeah,
Party
good.
Party Robot, I'm sorry.
Party Robot.
Yeah. How's it going, bro?
Can you explain that a little bit more?
So
how it all comes together?
Ask that question one more time. I'm sorry. I got an echo.
It sounds like there's different components to the ecosystem, right? So can you explain what each component is and how they interact with each other?
Okay, so the first stages of like I wrote in that list, that's the best way to kind of, without getting too sophisticated and getting into some mumbo jumbo, is we're building a metaverse and it's a city of industry. And in order to build the city of industry, to build a city, the first thing we need is land, and that's represented by these the ATL Elite NFTs. That's one component of it, is the land. There's 2,560 acres that will make up Atlantis. As we get into the project, you guys will be a part of the process of actually constructing the land, like how it comes together and how we grid it out. We'll be walking through all those processes. And so of designing and actually terraforming the land, if you will. And so, and then the first things in order to build a city, we needed a currency, a reserve currency for sure. And we're going to run those reserve currencies through a banking system, if you will. We've made 2. One is a protocol that is current, DeFi Media Bank, and it processes entertainment assets. It takes streaming media, entertainment media, tokenizes it, and then creates, turns it into a generational wealth asset. And it's a full, script to screen, or root to fruit production line for entertainment. tokenization line for entertainment. It retrofits right into record labels. Long story short, we have a model called micro networks, and that's what you've been seeing in the group pop up. Is those micro network posts of projects that we're working on, and these are all powered by current. It's like an advanced distribution system that has a banking system associated with it, in a way. And so, but long story short, it's a new distribution pipeline tool. And then ADA is the other protocol, but it focuses on higher net worth individuals with hypothecation in two different areas. One is a drip side hypothecation of funds with some amazing benefits attached to it, and then and then we do AI trading as well on the other side of the funds, which we're very active in right now, and which we've created what you call a accelerated crypto annuity. And so you'll be able to get those at ADA. And so we'll talk more. There'll be more details on that, but it's higher level banking, higher level investments into different projects, and onboarding of capital. It brings in a lot of big capital as well. They both will bring on big capital into drip, but ADA will be like really bringing on some real big boys. And a couple of deals that we're working on are like they're literally a city and a country. And that's it's crazy. So that's that component, is the banking component. We're building that, and then we begin onboarding the micro networks, which will make up the buildings. And so when we launch a micro network, we onboard those in the metaverse into the city. And if there's a location, let's say if it's a restaurant, we may have a restaurant in the metaverse where you can leave out of your office, go to the restaurant, order something, and then it shows up to your house in real life. Or you can go into the restaurant that we built and connect to the metaverse, and you're using AR, augmented reality, inside the restaurant that's connected to the metaverse Atlantis, and using our reserve current, or one of our currencies. And but at that point, when we get into retail, we'll be using Pearls, which is another token system set. It's going to be based off when we get into layer 3 on the Manor Farms, when it goes in that direction, that's when Pearls is going to launch as a stable coin based off of drip, and it'll run. We have a production, a merchant service protocol called Free, FR53, but we call it Free, and it a very, very powerful piece of technology, to say the least. I don't want to go into it too heavy, but when I tell you that it's going to accelerate the selling of product and stretch the dollar like nobody believes, it's going to be amazing for empowering, again, the economy. Those are those two areas. So we have the banking, the land, the banks, the buildings, and then we fill it up with people, which make up the the ecosystem of things. And so it's a real, again, at the end of the day, it's the city of industry. There's a lot of things that we're just kind of diving into. We've been really aggressively interviewing and bringing on team members on the technical side to help really shape up a few gray areas that we have that we just need some more brains for, and they're there. And so but we want to make sure that when we're releasing product, that is super competitive. And so we'll be sharing with the investors always what we're working on, but we're not in a rush to roll nothing out heavily to people quickly, because we want to make sure that when we do come out with it, it's competitive and it can onboard some serious capital, which is what we're going to really need. Because my goal, again, is to drop that supply. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Next question. Or I hope I answered your question. If you have another one, go ahead. Party robot.
Yeah, no, yeah, that gives a really good overview. So, and sorry if I'm asking pointed questions, but I kind of figured this is the right time to do it. In my business experience, sometimes boiling the ocean leads to difficulty for success, right? Because you're trying to take on too much. So what do you think are the foundational building blocks that lead to success, and what do you think are the biggest challenges for you to do well?
I think um, really, I think a lot of development teams get in trouble because they try to do it all themselves. To be honest, they're not building their teams big enough, and there's plenty of people ready to work. Let's just call it what it is. Their team, there's 2 guys working on the tech, 3 guys. Imagine if you had 8 or 12. And what if these people over here were working on this part and these people were working on this part, and you had somebody highly skilled in the middle of them, making sure that it's all coordinated perfectly to get to roll out? These are the things. It's just about how people build companies. If you go look at a lot of the ones that have the hardest times, yes, some people can get even. I'm not saying like this is not this is not Cardano difficult what we're doing. Let's just be clear. I don't know. That's just like some other shit. But it's fairly sophisticated, but everybody who's working on it are the ones, like I told you, Professor Kronos is involved with the project. She invented the technology. The person, all the people who have the hardest parts, they're in the right hands. That's the shit that SIDEKICK can provide and Drip and Forex can provide. Drip can provide. Those are the difficult parts. The parts that I gotta handle, UI, UX, front end, onboarding of business and all that, man, I can. That's easy for me. The stuff that they do is hard. It's really, I think we're gonna have a good time is because we're patient and we want to. And I think the product is going to be smoking. It's going to be a really good environment for developing because we're really, really patient and we want to do competitive work. And the big 2 reasons why people rush is because they're trying to hurry up and get to the money. So I say a lot of people fail because they're trying to rush to the money instead of rushing to value. And then number 2, we're early enough that we should be taking our time. This shit ain't really getting cracking yet. When 5G kicks in, that's when all hell's going to be breaking loose. When 5G is everywhere. So right now, one of our mottos is we go fast enough to get it done, but slow enough not to fuck up. And that's just the motto. And if we long story short, I think we're going to do well, and we will do well because we're building teams. Teams is what and the teams are going to be, we're going to be realistic and very practical about our, working hard about being practical about our the deadlines and our roadmap. And I just think that communication is the key. And what's most important are the people, again, like the landowners. As long as you guys are up on everything that's moving, I think it's going to be fine. And you guys are all up, you guys know what's going on. I think it's going to be fine. And we're taking your input and we want to share it with you too. We want to go through the process. We're not just speeding through it. We want to hear what the Well Lounge has to say about certain pieces. So this is the project is, multi-year, multi-million-dollar project. And this is just the early stages, but long story short, I mean, I hope in any of those versions and ways that I gave you an answer, I hope one of them fit. No, it's a party robot. If you can hear me.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure. Hopefully, other people have questions.
Yeah. Okay, I just make sure I got you out the way. All right, cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm. I'll take any other questions. Any other questions? Ooh, this is a quiet room. I just got everybody, so I must have did a good job. Nobody's got anything. Nobody's got nothing for me. Okay, good.
Okay, so
Well,
one question that
oh,
kept coming up in the DM, like people who would first want to pay, they would always ask that how exactly do rewards funnel back? Like, what's the reward mechanism for the land NFT holders, as the foundational investors? So I think maybe I want to touch on that. Okay.
yeah. Okay. So, and that's a good question too. I've been asked that in DMs, and I guess nobody asked it because people they just got the answer in DM. But yes, to keep it simple, every single the put it this way, elite NFT systems that we're deploying through SIDEKICK are basically the pipeline. It's a tax system. And if you understand how, if you've been involved with any of the other projects they launched, whether it's, Gangster Finance or H&W or who else did they do? Somebody else. So you got a chance to see they have the tax systems and how they work. And long story short, every single business that we deploy, every micro network, every bank transaction, everything has taxes on it that cycle down. A large percentage of those taxes go to the landowners on every single piece of business that goes on top of Atlantis. And then also so that's where that revenue comes from on that end. And then we're also cycling revenue in from hypothecated funds from ADA as well. And so it's the numbers are, pretty big, over time what it grows to. It's like, the big scary numbers that everybody wants to see. Hey, Foley, you got anything to say? I don't know. I mean, you've invited a lot of guys in. I know you got some, you chime in for sure if you want to give a couple pieces of word. You've been a part of the project from the beginning, since for a long time.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Yeah, I mean, welcome guys to one of the most important AMAs. I mean, we've said this time and time again, we won't be able to really divulge or give an expose of every single thing that we are building. But I like to really say I will try to give analogies for each part of what this project is about. For example, I mean, Olo has touched a lot on how we are integrating into Drip and the different sides of the ecosystem. But the first thing that we need to understand is City of Atlantis is a multi-year, multi-million, even if possible, $1 billion project. And the first thing, like I said, is to get a city done, you need a bank. Before now, we wanted to build our own bank, but you know what? It's all about bringing on masterminds and getting them to really build what you want to do. I've always had this drive, and that's don't do for yourself what others can do for you, because it's going to slow you down. So that's why we started to look into Drip and what Forex has been doing on that side. I mean, I've been a part of Drip from day one, so I knew since we want to build a city and we need lands, we've already got that part covered through the land NFTs being given to investors to be part of the city we're trying to build. Now the next part is okay. We want to get a bank. Want to get a bank on top of the city, because for you to really light up the city, for you to build lands or build industries, entertainment industries on top of the city that you hope to build, you need to power the economy. You need to power a new economy on top of it, and one thing that can do that is a banking system, and that's where Drip comes in. Drip is one of the reserve currency of the City of Atlantis. So that's where you go to lend money, to borrow against your Drip, put down some collateral, get some pearls, use that for buying of black products, use that to do all of the things you can do in the City of Atlantis, take back your reserve currency, and so that's how that works. So the bank is the most important piece, and we needed a robust infrastructure that has got a good community around it, that has got a developer that has puts honor in every line of the code. And that's why we we decided to partner up with Drip because we know Forex Shark for who he is. He has done right by the project. The community always comes first. And the other thing is the best community in crypto right now that I'm part of is Drip. I've got a folder of the Drip ecosystem on my Telegram, and believe me or not, I've got 20 different chats on Drip. Different rooms, different Telegram rooms with positive vibes and all that. That's on the banking side. Now that we've got this land covered through everybody that wants to tap into the ecosystem, getting lands, because I don't know if Olo mentioned this. The land NFT is like the root NFTs with which you can tap into every single part of the ecosystem. Apart from generational wealth, asset guaranteed through passive rewards, you get a piece of every single thing we build in the city. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So bank is sorted now. We've been able to power the economy or get a banking system that can power the whole economy. Now that we have the bank in place, the next thing is start to build these industries out, these entertainment industries out. One on that list is current. Q3030 free. Fresh enterprise. I know you didn't mention all this, but yeah, these are part of the few ones. An NFT marketplace, a secondary and a primary one. Now let me see if I can actually touch a bit on Q3030, which is one of the. So we're looking at almost 10 entertainment industries being built in the city. One being a whole project on its own. On the Q3030 side, there's so much talent that could have been wasted normally, and that's what's happening. I've never heard of a hungry farmer. I've never heard of somebody that is into business that is hungry. But we've seen a lot of hungry talent, hungry artists, hungry musicians on the street of Lagos, even in Atlanta. They are so good, but nobody have ever heard their music. Now, the way Q3030 works is going to actually onboard independent talents that would have not ordinarily been wasted on the street, on their own local streets, brand them into an entertainment workforce, give them access to royalties to their music, make sure they are well packaged for Hollywood standard type of music, and being able to really compete on the world stage. This is what this is about. It's about putting what is rightfully theirs into their hands, which is being able to continuously or perpetually receive rewards from their talents. A lot of mortgage of birthrights has happened in the past, where talents gets onto a record label and is being paid peanuts for his own original work. This is where Q3030 comes in, because now we're going to be able to tell you, you know what, you are the owner of this music. This is your royalty for life on this particular music, or this particular album that you've actually had prepared or produced. Now, all of that is going to be.
My bad. Let me cut you. You mean current? Q3030 is the TV and film protocol, just so they don't get confused.
Oh, current. Sorry. Current is all I've been explaining. Sorry about that. Current. Yeah. I mean, there's a Q behind both of them, so I'm like, okay, yeah, that's current. So yeah, the whole thing. The long story short, wasted talents that would have been wasted normally now as a part of generational wealth through passive rewards, being able to really feed themselves, their families, and their generations to come on through their own original works. And this is powerful because a lot of people are going to be happy about this at the end of the day. So yeah, this is one out of the 10 different entertainment industries that's going to be built in the city of Atlantis. There's a digital content distribution. There's a merchandising of black products, which was what Olu just corrected me on.
Yeah,
That's what
Q30,
that
yeah.
Q30, that's what that is. So much
It's
more
like,
to really.
Q30. Since you brought it up, to say it real quick, Q3030 is like the Home Shopping Network meets BET. If you're in America, you know what I'm talking about. Like, but it's fully branded entertainment and merchandising. There'll be live merchandising of products and just recorded entertainment, pieces and content and stuff that have brands integrated with it, and you use the pearls, which is powered by Drip, to purchase these and get these rewarded NFTs. So it's like there's a whole system, but again, it can get complicated. That's phase 2 of development anyway. We're handling music first, and then we're moving into television and film on another phase. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 out of the many things that we've got planned for what we are trying to do. So yeah, we hear a lot about you've been able to earn a passive income from your on the blockchain, or even traditionally before now. Now, first and foremost, the holy grail of crypto was broken when Drip was bettered, because we've been promised 1%. While I was even younger than I was right now, I mean, I'm still young, but I've tried a lot of passive income generation vehicles in the last 15 to 18 years, and every single time they failed, because there's nothing that is really built for sustainability in the traditional world, in traditional finance, that is able to sustain that 1%. But the holy grail of crypto was broken when Drip was bettered, and that is being able to be promised 1% and pay that for 9 good months, and the value behind the token that is being used for that still remains solid as ever. That has never been done in crypto. Every single other platform on the blockchain that has tried it has actually crashed. But now we know the power behind Drip, and we know that it can only get better if we put business on top of it. Because one thing about City of Atlantis is we had all of this set up already. We had all this utility, this mad utility, these crazy use cases already set up in the ecosystem, well thought out, well streamlined, and well polished. But now we're looking for the funny thing is, all other projects actually build a token and start looking for utility for it. But it's the reverse in the City of Atlantis. We had all this mad utility, but we're looking for a decentralized banking system to power what we have already built out. We now start to think of, okay, what token can we now use? Because now we have all this crazy and mad utility that we can actually roll out. So this is why this is one of the unique projects out there, because the utility has always been there. Now we're looking for a banking system and a token to use. All other projects are usually create a token or the NFTs and start to look for use case or utility for it. It's funny.
Absolutely. Every single time.
Yeah.
That's the normal thing to do.
Yeah. So and one thing about projects or companies these days is, apart from fresh capital coming in, you need to be able to onboard businesses onto your project or your blockchain or whatever project you're looking into before it can really be successful. Because one thing is it becomes a zero-sum game if all you depend on is user deposits. But when you start to onboard trillions of dollars of different companies that are originally in the traditional finance sphere onto the blockchain or onto your project as a cryptocurrency project, then that's now you are talking. Because it is limitless in that sense of what you can achieve when you start to onboard businesses onto your project. And this is what City of Atlantis is doing, and this is where things is going to start to get very interesting. Because There's this very very thick solid line or thick firewall that prevents people to really understand blockchain technology and smart contract system, and then onboard their businesses on top of it. This is the firewall that City of Atlantis is breaking. We are breaking it in the way of enlightenment and education of what blockchain technology is about, and then not just that. We now go further to now make sure we put you in the right path of how to onboard your business within 3 clicks. It's funny I said it this way, but that is how easy we've designed what we've designed to be able to onboard business in the twinkle of an eye or in a flash.
Yes.
And this is why everybody that is invested in Drip should be excited, because this is one of the partnerships that's going to have a direct influence on the Drip ecosystem. Not a speculative partnership that you are hoping is going to do well. No, this definitely is. I don't know if Olo wants me to tell you guys, but I might just do it and tell him I'm sorry later on. The Drip UI UX, we don't consider it something big enough or good enough for us to onboard businesses and a lot of business models or enterprise. And this is why we are really looking to build a badass UI UX connected to the front end and the back end contract of Drip, and then showing that to every single business that wants to onboard, every single enterprise and all that. Because I know some people say the uglier the no. Businesses need to see that I can put my money in here. I can drop 50 million in here and not feel bad, and not feel like I'm going to be
taking a
robbed
risk.
the next minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So we need to make the UI UX as slick as possible. We need to make it as robust and serious business like every other, like Lloyd's Bank, like what HSBC will put out as their own app for people to really put their money in. And this is why we've taken it upon ourselves as a project to really build a fresh UI UX for Drip, and that's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks from now. Funny is that it took 2 people to build a solid contract on the back end on Drip, but we're putting more than 4 to 5 different developers on this, because we know how important this is going to be to the whole ecosystem of things that we're trying to build out. So yeah, expect that to come in a couple of weeks, and businesses are going to see this and go, oh shit, take my money. I'm all in on this. I'm all in.
Yes.
So yes, that's a bit of things I wanted to add to what Ola has already said.
And to add on to that, I want to talk about a project that's like when we talked about a point where we said people build coins and then try to find use cases, and that was again a big piece of why we're different. We have a shitload of use cases. We needed to find how to design a coin to work them out, and this is how we're approaching the industry, and this is what makes us another reason what makes us sexy. But what's great though is the people who build coins and projects like these NFT projects without use cases. That's a big benefit. You know how much business is there? You see the first one of the projects I put in the group, and one of the partners who's on that New Wave, the CEO of that of New Wave agency, is on the call as well, and we're working on a big deal with a NFT project called Angry Pit Bulls. Angry Pit Bulls launched a 10,000 NFT project, 10,000 NFTs. They sold out in 102 hours. They made about $4 million in 4 days or whatever. I think first level sales were like
2.8 million and 700 ETH in secondary market.
Yeah, so they did like extremely well. And they got a shitload of people with these NFTs. They have over almost 5,000 holders of the NFTs. And they are looking for use case, desperate for use case, just like everybody else. What the hell can we do? Like, because it's going to be, especially everybody who's trying to back up with events and shit. There's COVID. What is it, COVID 4? What level of COVID are we at now? I mean, different variants. We're on variance number 4 now. People ain't really getting into a lot of that stuff. So people are outdoorsy type shit and things that they're going to bring value. They're trying to find ways to bring value to these communities, and they don't have proper use case. There's no better use case than earning a reward, money for holding an NFT. The technology that we're building in between, this is one of the biggest collaborations with Drip and Sidekick Finance and us, is that we're able to cross chain the community into BSC while they're holding NFTs from ETH. We'll be able to verify them through our platform, and as long as they start a Drip account, they can begin getting rewards for holding ETH-based NFTs that they bought on OpenSea. Long story short, and this is that connection opens up millions of dollars worth of, because all of their holders now, and then what we do now, look at the powerful part of it. I ain't even got to the sexy shit yet. This is where it gets sexy. So what you want to do with those NFT projects, the goal is to stimulate trade. That's where the money's made. You want to keep, sharpening up. Now, what if we did this? For every person that has 5 pit bulls or more, you can, when you start an account on Current or at ADA, you'll begin receiving passive rewards in Drip in your faucet. This is going to be mind-blowing for a lot of them. And they're going to all come over and get it. What's going to happen is people who have 3 or 4, they're going to go and buy more. Or 2 or 3, they're going to try to come over and get these sexy rewards they're going to plug in. This is how we begin to bridge over into ETH and begin to, bring all that value into BSC and basically into Drip. I ain't going to say even BSC, bring it directly into Drip. These are going to be some huge deals, and there's plenty of them like that. And and we're going to be targeting those, just laying them down one after one. And we have pretty much the blueprint for how it works. And this is going to be the first client that we snap it together for them, make it easy for them to onboard, and just onboard all of their goddamn community right into Drip, suck them right on in. And you guys watch what happens to that supply when we start doing this. And so anyway, any questions? I hope you got the gist of that.
Okay, I just want to add something more. Another really amazing thing about the City of Atlantus project and the Drip partnership is that we do not have a token that we are trying to bring up on the side. So earlier on, Olu mentioned the Pearls token. The Pearls token is going to be a stablecoin that's still built on top of Drip. But besides that, we don't have any in-system token that we're bringing up, and then we're trying to make sure that token price goes up. So this fundamentally means that all of our value, everything that we're going to be doing in the monetary area in the city of Atlantis will be directly related with Drip. It will be directly correlated. It will be directly invested into Drip. We're creating it in such a way that all of the rewards that we're going to be paying out to all the artists, all the producers, all of the micro network NFT holders, shareholder NFTs, we're pipelining every single thing through Drip. So apart from the landowners getting rewards from directly being landowners, foundational investors, they will also have a very high chance to have the Drip that they've already invested go crazy high. And that is why Olo was mentioning that people should begin to see Drip as a reserve currency, something like Bitcoin, something you always want to keep in your wallet, and you just, you're saving it for, maybe when you're old and gray and you want to pass it on to your kids and something.
Indeed,
But
indeed.
so yeah, for the most part, that is exactly what it is, and that is why he kept reiterating that the 3 things that you always want to have in your wallet right now. You want to have Drip, you want to have Sidekick, and then you want to have the ATL Elite Land NFTs, because in the next 10 months, in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, the value in those 3 tokens is really going to be astronomical. So one thing that you should always have in your mind as foundational investors is that everything that we're doing right now, we're making sure that we're building it around Drip. we are making sure that we're pipelining a lot of value into that, because what we're doing right now is that we are betting on it. We're putting all of the odds in
Putting
favor
all the
of drip.
eggs in the drip basket.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a poker player, and this is like I tell people, I'm a poker player, and my friends can attest. The ones that are on the phone now, they know I'm one of the top 10 poker players in Atlanta, hands down. I go to Vegas and kick ass. Do I not, DC? Who am I?
I can attest. He flew me out one year. We had money all over the bed. We partied like rock stars.
But I'm saying, and I'm a good, and I don't lose. I'm really good.
He does not. He does
I
not.
do not lose, and I'm betting it. I'm going all in on drip. I'm pushing my chips in. I'm pushing them all in on drip, because I'm telling you, Forex is doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing. This is an honorable work here, and all we got to do is make the outside of that motherfucker look as sexy as it does on the inside. That's all we got to do. Is pretty this bitch up, and that's what the City of Atlantus project does. It puts, lipstick and paint on it. You know what I'm saying? It makes it pretty, and then everybody's gonna put their money in it because the shit's so stable on the inside. It's an honest project all the way through and through. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ronke. Yeah, go ahead.
Rook, are you done? Sorry, I wanted to just ask Olo something.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
go on.
Okay, yeah. So somebody asked me in a DM we should just, okay, before I ask the question, let me just personally say this. I've learned a lot in the past 1 or 2 years not to really put a particular date on anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because now you start to put yourself in a very difficult situation where you have to start rushing, and that's not in what we do. We don't do that here. We build slowly, patiently, and maybe we might accelerate some things, but no, we don't really rush. So the question is, can we put a timeline on every single moving piece in the City of Atlantis? And I'm talking just arranging it in the ways they are going to be rolled out, and a schedule, not really a specific date announcement or anything like that. The closest to that would be Q1, Q2, and all that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like I said, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like we it doesn't make it. I tried to do that already. I failed miserably putting some dates on shit. And Forex came to me and said, "Hey, you got that tough lesson, didn't you?" I was like, "Hell yeah, putting dates." There's no way you can do that, especially if you're trying to do something that's valuable. And it's not in any of our best interests to play the game that way. And everybody who's investing now should have been in this long enough to know, yeah, that's not how you do it. We sit here and we figure it out, and as long as we're honest and we're transparent to our stakeholders, and this is the DAO. I don't care how much land you have, we're going to set it up to it's just one vote per landowner. We're going to know. I want to know every landowner. I'm trying to know all you guys, because my whole fucking heart is in this project. I want to know everybody who has a piece of land, and I don't care if I just call you Robot Party. I'm saying I got to know your real name, but we need to talk sometimes because you own some land and some shit I got my heart into. So we're gonna take our time building it just to make sure it's right, so it lasts for fucking ever. We can take this technology and build really, this could be 100-year technology that we're developing here. It lasts for a long time. I'm sick of this shit going up and going back down, and it doesn't have to be that way if a bunch of real honest, smart, patient motherfuckers come together and put our money in their heart and their smarts in the right area. We stop depending on everybody and we just depend on ourselves. The first thing we should be doing is just doing it the right way, followed by the books. The big companies, how it works. They do it right. And so our communication, I just believe, and I'm working hard. We're making sure, it's not even working hard to do it. We are doing it, making sure that there's awesome communication between the development team, the team building the project, and the Wells Lounge. When we launch, everybody's coming into VR. Once we go to right when we go into public, and that's again because when we sell out every land that you're buying at that 888 level piece of every acre you buy, you get a VR set. So because we're gonna start having these meetings in VR, I want to at least I don't want to see you personally. I don't need that. What number are you on? Number 7 COVID? You know, there's all these goddamn COVIDs out. So we're never going to meet each other, but that in person, but we're going to meet each other in VR as soon as possible. We're working with Spatial. They really love this project. They're inside of the Oculus right now, if you have one. And we did a tour with them. I mean, they're hearing about what we're building and they want to help. And they're going to help build out. And they're bringing their tech team in with our tech team that we're developing and building out a really fucking great experience for the Whales Lounge where we have our meetings at. And then you can see me how sexy I am in my goddamn AR body or VR body. But anyways, but yeah, that's that. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me. So what I'm even meaning to say is, okay, right now we are in the private, super private sale of the land NFT.
Yes.
And then we would be rolling that. So when we launch the UI UX for Drip, would I think that's when we roll out the second.
ADA will come first, and then Current will come right after that. So Current, we're going to put a little bit more time into Current, but ADA, the ADA, that interface and all that will come out, and then Drip right close to it, you know. So they're going to come out back to back.
Now that I started the whole conversation, so yeah, run it through down like that. That's what I wanted you to do.
Yeah, okay. So at the, I get it. I get what you're going at. It makes sense. Okay, so at the top of the year, yes, the first DApp we're launching is ADA, Aqua Digital Assets. It's the foundational, you know, structure. It's where, you know, all the funding, initial funding to kind of get through R&D and, you know, just, you know, the painful little process to get to a point to we're able to kind of talk to you guys about it. That was all coming out of ADA. And then ADA is launching the Atlantis, the City of Atlantus project, and it'll be powered by Current. Current is the DeFi media bank system that's going to launch. That's the first DApp for City of Atlantis, really primary DApp for City of Atlantis is going to launch. MOBI Automation is going to put out, you know, Current. Current is where everybody's going to plug into. Where you buy, I'm going to have these every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, I have something sexy to show you. I promise you. We're going to have, like, every time you come back, you can be like, oh, that shit is amazing. I'm trying to knock you guys' fucking socks off with this. Because everything in DeFi, people are doing some shit. But in this Digen area, nobody's really doing the cool shit. But we're entertainment motherfuckers. And that's all we want to do is we want to look sexy. We want it to be cool and be functional and work. But it's just time for some sexiness to come to the game. You know, we got to really, you know, some real competitive stuff, like front end stuff. But every time, long story short, when we launch this, the DeFi Media Bank, you'll be able to buy art bonds. And I know you've seen the video. I put it up. It's in there. The art NFT bonds. We'll be revealing what they're actually going to look like. Next call, we'll also have what the land NFTs will look like. And the land NFTs are going to look like they go right alongside with the MOBI tokens. And you've seen what those look like, the ICOSA, the ones I was rolling out. I see you guys was drooling over those. They're sexy, ain't it? See, that's the kind of sexy shit that got to come. You know, cool, kind of nerdy, but super slick, like the cool nerds. This is what the cool nerds do. And so we're putting that. So the land NFTs will look like they go with those. And it's just going to be super sexy. All of our shit's going to look good and going to be stuff that you're going to be glad to have. But we're rolling that out. We'll have the maybe some high fidelities for that next week for sure. We'll have more high fidelities starting to roll out. As you can see right now in the chat, we're showing you just a wireframe of what the data and analytics are going, the direction that it's going. It's going in a direction, and I'm always pushing the line on making sure that it's really sexy when we release it, but not try to put so much pressure on it that it takes too long to get out. But there's a lot of, again, if we are hiring like we should be, taking this revenue that we're raising and putting, you know, some asses in front of some computers, really working, some some passionate people in front of computers really working on shit, we can really roll out competitive product. And so there's so many people ready to work that have skills. We just got to provide the capital to make that happen, continue to feed that pipeline. And so, but anyways, if we we'll start to roll out really competitive stuff that's gonna, make people really proud to kind of even show people the project. And so a lot of people like Foley was saying, there's certain people who have a lot of money that look at it and they're just it's scary. It's just scary. That's all. And it's supposed to be. It's early. It's the Wild Wild West days. And so instead of talking about how ugly it is, I'm coming in to help fix it. I mean, I'm talking some shit when I'm walking over. I'm like, God damn, Forex, this is ugly. I say that to him. I said, it's ugly than the motherfucker, Forex. Lord have mercy. But it works. It's real. All we got to do is make it pretty, and they're all coming. And he agrees. We make it pretty, they're all coming in. And then we add value to it. It's not just pretty either. You can do some things with it, and it has a mission attached to it, and it's it has a real passionate core community attached to it. There's some real value baked into the actual what we're putting out. That's what's important. So anyways, any questions? I want to leave a little time, give it a couple more minutes. I know we're running, it's past an hour now, but I'll take some more questions for sure. Or Ronke, you can go ahead and finish what you're saying if you want to add something to it, or somebody gonna say something.
I was just wondering if we had an ETA. Like, I wasn't here for the whole AMA. Is there an ETA on the UI update for Drip?
Yeah, we're slowly rolling it out over this week to make it simple for you. You're just every day. You know how look. You see what I've been doing in here, Humble. Or how long you been in here? I keep it rocking. Now I keep you guys entertained, don't I?
Yeah, man. I've been in there for a few days now, a couple days.
Oh yeah, I keep you entertained.
I'm liking it.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep you. You're gonna always, like I said, we hate putting dates on it, but you're gonna know what's going on. That while you're in the Wells Lounge, you're gonna know exactly what's going on, where we're at. You're not gonna be like, "Hey, what the hell y'all doing over there? It's been so long." No, you're gonna know. And anybody who's been in here, they'll even longer than you. They'll go, "Yeah, well, however, then I keep it rocking." We're gonna keep some communication, and you're gonna know everything that's going on with the project. And so, like I said, and all I ask for in this group is everybody have diamond bodies, not diamond hands. We do not want to go to the moon. We want to go. You see that ship I put in there? That ship is not going to no moon. That thing's going to Andromeda. You know where Andromeda is, Humble?
Yeah, that's a different galaxy. That's my
brother. That's where we're going. Fuck that moon, because everybody who goes to the moon, they always come back. I don't want to come back. Let's go see some other shit. But it takes time for us to do that. And so I'm not gonna never stutter when I'm talking to you either. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. This is where we're at, Humble. Look at what we got right here. This is where we're stuck. What do you think we should do? Because if you're in a rush, I might have to have you help us on some of this difficult shit. What do you think we should do here? And we'll ask you guys. That's why y'all paying to come see. Watch it be built from the inside. So, but anyway, that's the best answer I got for you.
No,
I have a question, please.
Oh, go ahead, sir. How you pronounce your name?
Kuya Ako.
Kuya Ako. That's some cool shit. Kuya Ako. That sounds like some shit appear when you say it. Kuya Ako. Some shit to show up. Now go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
I have very, very, very recently learned about this at all. Could you tell me the details of buying land? How much? How would you do it? To a person who knows, who just heard the term really an hour or two ago.
Ooh, like I said, it'll be a little,
or basically just maybe the price and where I would go to do it, because I really don't know that.
Contact Adiraki. She's gonna go into your DM and pull you right on in. You're gonna save me a lot of breath if I don't have to say that, brother. But Adiraki, she can hear me. Ronke, you can pull, just text my brother from the back and give him all the
Sure.
information he needs.
All right, sir.
All
In the
right.
back
Perfect.
channel.
Thank you.
She'll talk to you in the back channel. I appreciate it, brother. Anybody else?
Okay.
Got a
Perfect. Thank you.
question? You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Ronke, did you have anything that you wanted to add to it? Because I'll go ahead
No,
and wrap it up.
I was just,
If you,
okay. I was
no.
just gonna say that something that I've come to respect about the core development team of the City of Atlantis is that integrity is something that is really really important to them. And someone mentioned during the week on the chat that he or she loves how everybody's coming and is really based on trust because a lot of people are here at first they don't even really know what was going on, but they just came. Okay, first Shark is involved. Mr. Foley is involved. Okay, I want but something that is really, really important to the team right here is integrity, and that is why Ola is saying that we're going to be very, very transparent. We're going to be keeping everybody up to date, saying it as it is. No holding back information, no trying to be sneaky with anything. So if you are wondering if you put your money in the right place, yes, you have. If you're wondering if you put your money in the right hand, yes, you have. If you put it in the right if you bet on the right mind, yes, absolutely, you have. So yeah, I'll just say that everybody should just sit back, relax, and really, really enjoy the ride. It's going to be one hell of a ride the next few years, and I'm excited to have such excited people on board this ship that we're on. So yeah, that's all I really want to say. If anybody wants to have information about the land sales, and if you're really really confused about anything, you don't want to say so much in the Wales Lounge, you can always talk to me. I can arrange a call with you, and then I'll answer every question you might have. Yeah, that's it. That's it, sir.
Yeah. Oh, great. And so yeah, we have some moderators that will be sliding in. They're going through training right now, and they'll start sliding in the City of Atlantis. And I won't be doing AMAs in the City of Atlantis, but the moderators will. So we'll be rolling out AMAs, and the moderators that we put out are going to be very intelligent. They're going to know every aspect of the project, and they're going to be able to really talk to anybody who needs to understand where we're at. And we'll start rolling out really cool marketing pieces and just kind of developing the community, and then developing trust and and letting people see that there's a project on here that's really really building from an area of passion, and we really got connections, and we're really trying to introduce them to this, to where the value is on the blockchain. And that's what I tell all my friends that are that have money, and hey, I'm building something that's going to plug you in. Just hold on for 1 second, and everybody's waiting. And there's a lot to go get, and I'm talking to CEOs, I'm talking to royals, I'm talking to people over estates. I'm an advisor on multiple, over multiple celebrity estates, and there's just a lot of business to go get. So if you guys trust it, if you hear what I'm saying, and you guys are fucking with what I'm talking about, and it makes sense, double down, bring your friends, let's make it happen. Let's roll this. Let's roll it out, and you're gonna see it. I'm gonna show you in the Wells Lounge. You're gonna be shown better than you're told. We're gonna show you. That's all I got to say.
All right. Yeah, I've got a question, please. This is regarding the
And I
land
thought I was
sales.
dropping the mic and getting out of here, man. But go ahead.
It's
No,
gonna
go
be
ahead. If you,
a
my
quick
brother, go
one, yeah.
ahead. Talk to. No, go ahead.
Yeah. So I was wondering because I know I read somewhere you're saying right now you're putting up 130 acres for sale. So I was wondering, one, how many acres of those 130 have been sold now, and two, how many investors are currently on ground?
So we have Ronke. Can you give him the numbers, please? I don't know exactly. I know she knows
Yes.
better than me.
So last I checked, we were very close to 60 acres sold, with about at this point about 35 investors on board. So 60 acres, 35 investors.
Okay, thanks.
And
And
so
we're
once
trying,
it, and once it gets to
yeah,
100 sold, they
mhm.
go to 88. 88 a piece. Then that's when the 130 drops. The first set is 100, and then the next set will be, as soon as 100 is sold, then the price goes to 8,800 an acre, and there's 130 of those. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
And then each one of those acres comes with a VR set. Just know that. So if you buy 30 acres, you're going to get 30 VR sets. Just FYI.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to receiving those.
So what does the plot comes with? I mean, for those that can't afford to buy an acre.
Oh, a plot, you get a plot for right now and access. You work your way up to the acre. That's where the real power begins. And so when you sign up with our accounts, you earn land at the same time. So you don't have to buy it. You can just keep building your vault with us, buying assets, and we have a little economy of things. We're not showing you everything yet. It's kind of hard to explain, and it'll take all night. But but when you invest into your account through us, which will be basically an advanced drip faucet, but it'll be called vaults, because you'll have digital assets in there as well, and there'll be data and analytics on NFTs that you're earning rewards on as well, not just your drip information. So there are more vaults, and you're buying the assets from inside of our ecosystem. And when you buy those assets, it powers, releases in the economy for entertainment. So you will essentially be buying production bonds through your vaults and becoming executive producers on projects that are real high quality entertainment projects coming out and distributing on all the platforms. You'll see the music video release and everything. And when you bought that actual production bond, you became the executive producer. And that actual asset that we create is a generational wealth asset, and it pays royalties for life, basically. As long as it's in our catalog, there's royalties generating for all parties. So it's a sexy system, and it's pretty advanced. I don't even know how I got in to talk about it, and I'm lost now. But I hope I answered your question in anything that I said.
I mean, yeah, pretty much explains it. Or I was just trying to really, well, like you said, everything is still pretty much in the works. But I was just trying to really, really get a full angle of what, what the value of the NFT could be in probably in the near, let's say maybe a year or two. Is this something?
Yeah.
Well, I know you don't like to make promises and all of that, but then for me, I mean, it took
I have a
it
good
like I had
prediction.
to. Oh, okay.
I got a good prediction. I know what you're looking for, and I do. I played around. Me and some number scientists. We played around with some numbers, and if we do this right and we build this, 1 acre is bringing in $1 million a year, easy. 1 acre.
Okay.
Easy.
So
Long story. It can get into that area, and within by the next bull run, those things could be some very powerful NFTs. 3 to 5 years tops. These become, like I said, real Beverly Hills, like new. We're building Hollywood. We have a whole game. We got so much to show you guys. We're building basically Black Hollywood and Black Vegas in the metaverse. And then we have a big deal with a company on the Vegas Strip. I haven't got into that yet. I mean, we got some things going on, but it's going to be some very valuable. It'll be a very valuable NFT. It's designed that way to be one of the most expensive NFTs on the blockchain, period. We should get in the top 10 list of most expensive NFTs, the most utility and the most use case for the NFTs. This is when we start our marketing, the marketing starts like this. Life in the 21st century starts with a passive reward, with digital real estate and a passive rewards account. That's the marketing. And watch how we roll this out. It's going to be so sexy. We're showing people when you come into our ecosystem, you get digital real estate, and you get a passive rewards or a passive income account, and you're building for the future. We're showing you how to build for the future. It's the most sexiest thing anybody's going to ever see. I promise you.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna pretty much look forward to that then.
You said it again. I'm sorry.
So I look forward to, seeing that play out as planned.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of work, and but really the work is, it's not even, it doesn't matter if it's a lot of work. We got the team that's dedicated. All the partners involved are like everybody's rock stars in their own ways. They're built. Everybody's battle tested to build what we're about to build. Everybody has the resume, and so it's just it's built. It's literally building a city. And I don't know what city you're in right now, sir, but it wasn't built in a year. I guarantee you that. It wasn't.
True.
And so this one won't be either, because it's going to be real. It's going to provide security. It's going to provide jobs. People are going to go to work in what we build every day. They're going to go to work in it. We're building the future. Literally, we're building something for the future, and we're bridging the culture, because this Atlantis is bridging initially Atlanta and Lagos first. We have a big heavy deal going on. More magical stuff we'll talk about later. And then we're going into South Africa, Kenya, all across the diaspora, into Brazil. We're connecting it. It's a big plan. It's just a big plan. We'll get into more details later. I ain't gonna keep giving you all this sweet candy. I'll make your teeth right out your mouth if I keep giving you all this sweet shit.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I hope you're not a pastor. I'm doing all this cursing. I'm in entertainment. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a real agent. This is how we talk. I'm just not going to be shy with you.
Yeah, I think at this point, better not to make it 1 hour 30 minutes. 1 hour 25 minutes sounds like a good time to really because we're gonna be doing this every 2 weeks, and apart from that, everybody can go back to listen to the recording or the of what we have, and then start to digest every single piece again. But in the absence of any other question, if there's no other comments, I think it's better to just close this for now, and then we will revisit or come back together again in 2 weeks' time.
Yes, absolutely. No, we held a good crowd. I appreciate everybody for coming out. We stuck over 30. Yeah, this is a good crowd. Everybody stuck in there. And so more information coming soon. It's going to be very entertaining. You're going to get used to all my jokes and shit. I'm going to have you guys laughing a lot more. Some of y'all was giggling, and you were just on mute, but I know you were laughing. I could feel it. And so, but we're going to have a lot of fun at the same time as we're building this. I'm not a full-blown nerd. I'm like a cool nerd. So I know some nerdy shit, but I'm cool at the same time. So, and then I got a lot of nerds around me. So as you see, I got a team chiming in. I'm not on my own. And I don't I don't know everything, but I do know what I know. And I know some good shit that I believe is going to help everybody, have a lot of fun in crypto, for once, and so, but anyway, that's all I got. I appreciate everybody's time. See you in 2 weeks. Any questions, you can always DM me. If you're a landowner, you can hit me up 24 hours a day. I'm going to answer you when I can, and I'm pretty timely, but I'm always working. So hit me up 24 hours a day. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you.
This is the land for us. Gotta build it on our own. There's nowhere else to go. This is Atlantis. Breaking ground on higher heights. The journey of our lives. This is the land for us. Gotta build it on our own. There's nowhere else to go. This is the land for us. This is Atlantis. This is the land for us. This is Atlanta. This is the land. Peace to the man. This is our stance. The line in the sand. Black entertainment is more than just famous. Ancient and sacred. Witness the greatness. Niggas is playing. The gods of return. Courageous and gracious. Black Hollywood. Time to create it, the future is vacant. Building and staking, it's time that we claim it, cause this is the land.